And I do believe we are ready to begin. Hello, everyone. Hello, Juicebox Frogs, Diamond Steve, Pixel Cacti, Crazy Star, and Mirror. Welcome once again to the stream. It's lovely to see you all tonight. And as you've probably guessed from the title, we are willing some Switch 2 announcements for the Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday by drawing some Nintendo characters from memory, and so I present to you all the Wheel of Nintendo characters. These have all been suggested by lovely folks over on Blue Sky, from friends, from Insta, just all the places I could find. The Wheel of Nintendo characters, yes indeed, yes. Alrighty. Just gonna give it a minute just to make sure folks have timed in. Yep, we've got about 40 characters. I don't know if we want to add like a couple extra ones just before we start. I think we've got enough really. We'll probably only be getting like 4 or 5 done tonight. Depends on how long I give myself to draw these. Some particularly, yeah, I'm really happy with some of the obscure picks that some folks gave for this. It's gonna make things very, very fun. Alrighty. Alright, so I've added both. I've put both on just so Sin and Punishment has like an equal amount of representation for everything. But without further ado, it is time to spin that wheel. Who is the first drawing of the night? Uh-oh. And our first drawing tonight is the Prince of Sable from Kaoru no Tamo ni Kana no wa Naru, which is a Japanese exclusive. Which is a Japanese exclusive game as far as I know. So, this is going to be fun. I should probably have opened up a clip file for this. Yep. Alright, I'm prepared, I swear. Alright. I don't know much about this character, but I know it's an assist trophy in Smash Bros. So I'm kind of just going off the knowledge I have of that to hopefully cook something up here. So I know he's like a little guy. He's a little dude. I'll try and keep these as quick as possible, or just try and go as. I'll do what I can. I would like to try and get some detail in them if I can. He's just like a little guy. He's a little dude. He's got like a cape of sorts. I assume there's like a thing holding it together. But yeah, we're not far off now from the Switch 2 Direct, just after just having that, the Switch 1's last Direct. How are folks feeling on that? I imagine there's a lot of folks who are very happy that we're getting a new Tomodachi Life, as so I've heard. That seems to be the big takeaway for a lot of folks. I'm happy we got to see some more Metroid stuff. I think it was an alright Direct. I didn't really get much myself that I wanted, but that just gives it all the more likely for it to pop up on Switch 2. So that'll the Switch 2 thing on Wednesday. So it should be a good time for all. And then I think he's got like... Yeah, it was really nice doing that in a voice chat with Yamira. I really enjoyed that. I think his head's like that. He's got like poofy hair, sort of. He's holding onto a sword. I'm just going to go with like a basic pose as well. I'll try and incorporate some of like the other details about them in a minute. I was so ready for it to say pit. I was like, oh, that's an easy one. But like, no, we're starting off pretty difficult, which is going to be nice. I know he's got like a sort of a short, chunky little frame. I mean, he's got really big boots. Because it's like a Game Boy game, so I'm not expecting much of a detailed character design. like, I'm going off what I remember of the assist trophy in Smash, which is not a lot, because I don't really play Smash all that often, surprisingly enough. I think that's just about the gist of it. And he's got like little... Is it kind of like that? What I'm really excited was The Legend of Zelda coming out in 2 years. Yeah, that was a real surprise announcement from that new Nintendo Today app. Surprised how much they're really like sinking into that. Granted, if I could get as far away from Twitter as I could, I would do so. So it's nice to see Nintendo is doing that. And I know he transforms into like a frog, so I'll add a little frog in here as well. I wish it was easy to play this game. It seems like a game I'd really enjoy. Turns out the game's, yeah, that's the translation of it. It's called For the Frog the Bell Tolls. So I'll give him like a little frog on this. I think there's also a reference to him in like Link's Awakening as well, which is really fun. I'll give like a little frog. Give the frog a cape. And the snake has the same face, so we'll do that again. I went to art school. And we give the snake a little cape. I mean, all I know about this game is there's a lot of like fight. The combat is all done in like cartoony fight clouds sort of thing. So we get some of that as well. Alright, I guess we'll color him in as well. Why not? And then once he's all colored in and such, I'll see if I can find a photo of him for reference sake. Or I'll post it. I'll post it with him when we've posted everything onto Blue Sky later. And we can see how close we got a bit later on. The cape I've given him makes it look like he's got like Chilchuck's like turtleneck. I don't know why. That's just what reminds me of like the slight poofiness around the neck. The hair has like a swirl to it. I might also be thinking of like a different character when I'm thinking of that like swirly hair. That's the whole point of this being a drawing from memory thing rather than just a draw from reference, because that's not fun. A little bun nose. Put some colour in the boy's eyes. I do hope we get some more of like the obscure ones, because obscure Nintendo characters I have no idea who they are really fun. Plus it's also a chance to like learn more about those characters in the future, which I think is always a fun idea. Yeah, I don't really have any like major expectations for the Switch 2. I've made a bingo for it just in case, but like I'm kind of just excited for whatever the heck we get, because it's an exciting time just to be on like the verge of a new game console, which is always an exciting time. Very excited for Mario Kart. That's the one thing I can say I'm really excited to see more of. I really want to see more Mario Kart. I want to see that 24-player multiplayer in action, if just for a little bit. Mainly just to see who the cast is, because that's got to be such a massive roster for a kart racer. character to have at least 24 different characters. Mine's telling me his belt buckle's like that. Ooh, took a little bit too much. All this memory doodle of him was doing is reminding me of the Plucky Squire again, because I finished that recently. Really fun game. I recommend people go pick it up. It's very early Zelda, and a lot of it's like design and whatnot, but there's a lot of really fun, almost Link Between Worlds mechanics in it. They give it like a sort of a very unique identity, and it's a really fun game. Recommend people trying it out. This should just about do it for our frog transforming friend. I have no idea if this is even slightly accurate, but it's the vibes I get from what I remember looking at as this trophy in Smash, so I can only hope we're at least somewhat on the money. Alright, and we'll line up the snake and frog as well. That'll do. Give it this little cape. I don't even know if like the animal forms have a cape. Don't tell me if they don't, because obviously that's the whole point of this. It's meant to be from memory. Not really from memory if someone tells me what they look like. Then it's just like drawing what I'm told. And that's my commissions, which I need to open at some point. And then the frog. He's not a little guy, he's a little dude. That's a cute frog. That's a very cute frog. There we go. I'm just going to leave it line art for now, because I don't want to be spending a million years trying to remember the color scheme, and then I get it completely wrong when we look at reference later. Yeah, ouch. Cape for the frog. Tell you what, I'll do the coloring in post when I actually know what their color schemes look like and everything. That'll be fun. Before I post them all and whatnot. I don't know, I just get the idea that the frog has little swirlies on his cheeks. That's a cute design choice. I'll give him like the swirly belt buckle, like the Wind Waker Link. Alright, well. Oh, that was a lot quicker than I thought it was. We might have to make this a shorter stream, or I'm going to be doing like half this list. Alright. Alright. Okay, it's not. Alright, well, there we are, the Prince of Sable. That's our first one of these down. And now we get ready to do the second. First, we'll just remove you from the list. I'm gonna say we'll do at least about 4 or 5, depending on how long each one takes, just so we're not here like doing 20 different characters at this rate. But is it up? It's not up. It's not up. Oopsie. There we go. There it is. And without further ado, once more, it's time to spin that wheel. Come on, give us an easy one this time, please. Spin the wheel. It is... Oh, perfecto. Our next one is King Dedede from Kirby. Michael H. Art Streamings. We love spinning wheels. Oh, this should be easy. I know how to draw Dedede. How can I help you, King Dedede? I need an artist to draw me in that there Kirby. Now, am I going for 64 Kirby, or am I going for Return to Dreamland and such Kirby, like Dedede? Because I know he's got like a little. I'm gonna Club Penguin this guy a little bit. Let's find out. I'm gonna give him like a little bit of a Club Penguin beak. I know he's got his eyes like that. For the... He's all just like one big like dough ball from what I remember in like the 64 one. Specifically the 64 is just like one big like blob. And he's got like... Come on, I gotta do something with the pose. And then he's got like... Move his face a little bit. There we go. Just got to do something. Just had to do a little bit with the posing and such. He's got the hammer. I would like to see some more. I was expecting us to see Kirby at the Nintendo Direct, because obviously I feel like a late Switch Kirby game would be appropriate, considering how well Kirby has really done on that thing. But I guess they're saving whatever is next for Kirby as like the next game for Forgotten Land 2 for the Switch 2, which is nice. I would have liked, like the rumors were saying, we get like a Planet Robobot release on Switch 1, because that game is so dang good. Yeah, we got like 3 really good like Kirby main platformers and a bunch of really good spin-offs. Angle your beak a little bit more. Yeah, it feels weird that Kirby isn't like one of the last couple games on a Nintendo console's library. But I mean, Switch apparently has quite a bit left in it, with Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven next year. So who knows? Still plenty of time, I believe. Just gonna reshape the crown a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to go for like a mix between the way he looks in some games and the 64 look, because I like the 64 look a lot, the really pudgy penguin sort of look. It's also the sort of like the anatomy they're going for future Dededes with his appearance in Forgotten Land. So I feel it's appropriate to sort of try and replicate that one as much as I can, at least. 9RM. Have a little bit more fun with the pose, with the expression. Also, feel free to play along if you just want to, like, doodle along with me and, like, try and draw some Nintendo characters from memory and such. This is the kind of stuff I remember doing in university a lot when I was just, like... Because in university, you spend a lot of your time just learning how to draw fast, so you can, like, pump out animations a lot quicker. So you end up spending a lot of your time outside of uni assignments just drawing characters really, really quickly. I guess that's where I led a lot of my, like, speed drawing stuff. Both to, like, a good thing and also a bit of a detriment, because it means I don't really take, a lot of the time I don't really take the time to, like, do things bigger. I just finish a little drawing and then that's it for me. And I really want to get to do more bigger pieces soon, because the bigger pieces I have done recently have been some of my faves, like the Ocarina of Time one and the Yang one I did to celebrate doing this for 10 years. Those are some of my favorite pieces I've done, honestly. Yeah, I highly recommend trying to learn speed drawing if you can, or just drawing in general. Especially with today's climate, I think learning how to draw is probably more and more appreciated these days. At least in smaller spheres. There we go. Depending how long the rest of these takes, this may only be like an hour-long stream. Or I might just start coloring them by the colors I think they have, so that these start taking a bit more time, hopefully. Otherwise, we're gonna just be doing like a million in a night, and don't know I have the drawing stamina for that. Also, just doing this. Also, if this ends up just being a short stream, that means I can just go back and start playing some more Monster Hunter finally, because I got that for my birthday, and I'm very excited to play more. Come on, you can draw a star better than that, me. There we go. Alright. Is just about done. Here's hoping it wills frickin', I don't know, Air Ride 2 or Forgotten Land 2 onto Switch 2. It's a lot of 2's in that statement. And I kind of, now that I'm saying that, I kind of hope that for the Frog the Bell Tolls gets an NSO re-release, because they don't seem to really mind if, like, the game is only in Japanese, because we've gotten games like Starfy and whatnot on the platform. But it has been, getting a new Air Ride would go help. It has been good since our last new platform. Yeah. I'd love them to go for another 3D Kirby game, because Forgotten Land is genuinely, might just be my favorite Kirby game. Like, Return to Dreamland and Adventure Wii has, like, a lot of nostalgic memories to them, but I think just for, like, which is the best, I would happily say it's Forgotten Land at this point. also just wonder if they'll actually go and make more NSO stuff for Switch 2. Like, getting maybe the power is what was keeping us from getting stuff like GameCube and Wii for the NSO. And as we've mentioned before, maybe the mouse abilities on the Joy-Cons will allow them to do stuff like the DS, because getting those games online again would be really, really fun. It'd be fun to do some game nights of Mario Kart DS at some point with folks. Since I kind of missed out on the online scene of Mario Kart DS. That was a bit before I'd really figured out the sort of how to do online games. And there we go. Our second one done is King Dedede. There we are. Look at him. I'm actually really happy with that. That's really good. Oh, perfect though. Perfect. Sometimes all you need is just that little extra line, and the pose really comes together. All right. I think that's good. That's very good. That wheel back up. Remove Dedede. Do we want to add some extra ones just so, since we've lost a couple now, we want to add like 2 more just so that we have a sort of, we keep it to like a 40. Does anyone have any ones they want to add? You know, I think I'll add one myself first and foremost. I'll add in Starfy, because Starfy, we brought Starfy up. Do we have any more people want to add in just before we continue on? Just one more for now, just so we can get back to up to an even 40. We got Fox. Fox is on there. We've got Fox, and I think Slippy's on there as well. Did I have Fox, or did I take Fox off? No, Fox is there. We got Fox. Yeah, we have got a lot of our bases covered, so. Mitzi Animal Crossing. I'm not super familiar with that one. We don't have many Animal Crossing on here. Mitzi. I think I vaguely know what she looks like, but I might also be thinking of a completely different villager, which is highly likely. Alrighty. And with all that said, it's once again time to spin that wheel. Who's our next character? Ooh, this should be fun actually. We got Dixie Kong from Donkey Kong Country. Probably the most wanted game I want to see from. Probably the most wanted game I want to see from this upcoming Switch Direct is a new Donkey Kong game. Because it feels so weird we haven't had a new one since the Wii U. Alright, I know how. I just gotta remember how DK characters do their eyes, because I always trick myself into thinking they're sort of like Sonic eyes, and that's how I've always sort of drawn them. Which doesn't. They have sort of like a Sonic eye-ness to them. And she's got like a cap. Is it like front? She's got like a little hat. It's kind of like Diddy's, but it's like one of those kind of hats. I'm just going off of vibes of what I remember. You'd think I would know this because I love DK. Is probably my favorite, one of my favorite my favorite Nintendo like Mario adjacent series. I'll get that sentence out someday. Don't worry about it. I got that sentence out eventually. And I know she's sort of like, she blows like bubble gum and such. Okay, nice little sheen on that bubble. She's sort of. Can you tell I don't draw much Donkey Kong? That's gonna be like the kicker in this. I think she also has a tail. Does she have a tail? I can't remember off the top of my head if she has a tail. She's got like the shirt that's all like tied up and such. Can't remember. I think she has a tail. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's the general basis of what she looks like. I might be wrong, but I mean that's the entire point of this challenge. We're trying to draw from memory, not from what they actively looks like. Hopping Answer, hello Snow, you just joined us on our third character of the evening. We're on Dixie Kong, and so far it's been going rather smoothly. I don't know how much longer we'll be streaming because obviously I'm only doing like line art doodles of them so far, just to make sure we actually get some done, and we're not spending like half an hour on one character at a time, but also like we're getting to the point where we're getting done with these really, really quickly, as was the case with our first one. But it's nice to see you. Have yourself a lovely time. Feel free to hop on. Feel free to like grab a sketch pad and such and start drawing yourself the suggestions we get. Always fun. Yeah, Donkey Kong is probably my favorite of the Mario adjacent series, and with obviously the popularity it got from appearing in the movie, and also there's that new DK part of the Mario World theme park. I have to imagine they're planning like something big for Donkey Kong, and I really hope it's like a new 3D game, because as much as I love games like Returns and Tropical Freeze, I'm really hoping they'll start like trying again with 3D Donkey Kong. How was your birthday? It was lovely. Thank you for asking. I had a lovely, pleasant birthday and such. It was very nice just to hang out with some friends and family and such, and just have a nice like little social gathering. And then the ears like that, little swirl. I've not made this look too much like Diddy Kong, have I? Redo the eyes a little bit. Oh, that's better, I think. Yeah, yeah, that's better. I'll like make the eyes a little skinnier. There we go, I think that looks alright. Is it a shirt or is it a tank top? I think it's a tank top. Or at least I think it's a tank top in Tropical Freeze, it might be. Yeah, my birthday was nice. I spent it with some friends and family, got some nice gifts from them. I bought myself an extra controller for my Xbox so I can do some multiplayer stuff with my friends and whatnot. And then I also got myself, I got some Xbox credits, so I bought myself Monster Hunter Wilds, which is very much making me excited to play more of that, because they're adding my two favorite monsters to the game, with Mizitsune and Lagiacrus in... I'm not sure when the next update is, but the one for Mizitsune is in April, so I've got a lot of that game to play before April drops and they drop my favorite monster. But for now, I'm just happy doing a little drawing. Little drawing volley. Yeah. I almost wonder what they would even... Nowadays it's kind of not sure what they'd even do for like a new attempt at a 3D DK, as much as I want them to do like another sort of 64 kind of dealio. I guess you could sort of make it more about this, like the movement, give it like give DK like a nice like parkour system almost. So it's like you're working to build up combos and such by like climbing on vines and swinging along trees and such, maybe using leaves as like a glider sort of thing. It's hard to... Leaning into the swing will be fun, yeah. Wasn't there was a whole game that was around... I mean, they've done a game about him climbing on the GBA and the DS. DK King of Swing, that was it, yeah. And then there was Jungle Climber on the DS. I only know about those games because they're the only post-Rare games that use King K. Rool. And I don't know why that's the case. I mean, that's got to be the thing they do if they do make a new DK game. They got to bring back K. Rool. It feels surreal that the Switch 2 announced it. It does, doesn't it? Like, we would just... Like, I remember when people were like, oh, it's too far away, back when it was like... When it was announced in January, but like now it's just like, oh crap, it's almost here. But yeah, there is our Dixie Kong, I do believe. Run to the best of me memory. How is it already almost April? I know. The world is going by too fast. It's been crazy. The world go by too fast. I don't know what is what anymore. Alright. Another one down. And I think that's time to add another to the wheel. We're getting ready to spin on the wheel once more. Do we want to add... Not gonna lie, the pandemic ruined my sense of time. It did for a lot of us, yeah. Snow, do you want to suggest one to add into the into the wheel to make it a even 40 again? Feel free to drop another one in if anyone wants to make this back into an even 40. The flow of time really is escaping indeed. Dorothea, yeah, Dorothea might be fun. I would also apologize in advance because that's another one I'm not really as memorable on, despite her being an amazing character. Dorothea Fire Emblem. Alright, and back up to 40. Without further ado, it is time to spin that wheel. Come on, baby, who we got next? Oh, this should be easy. This one should be easy. We get Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Alright. I know how to do an Isabelle. She's just Isabelle. So this should be easy. I hope. We just gotta draw a little dog. And number 2, she's probably my favorite in the Black Eagles, which is admittedly my least favorite house line. I started with the Black Eagles when I first played Fire Emblem, and I think my favorite nowadays is probably the Golden Deer, because I can't even really explain why. It's just the one I gravitated to the most. And she's got like ears like that. She's got like that kind of hairstyle because she is a bell bag, which I find is a really cute design. And she's a dog, so just... All the Animal Crossing villages have like little dot eyes, I think, yeah. It's okay, you can fix her. Alright. I'm not sure which outfit to give her, because I know she's got like that cute little There's like a cute. I think it's her autumn outfit that I really like. It's like the cute little cardigan sort of thing. So I'll go with that. It's got the little skirt. It's like a checker pattern on it. A little tail. Let's move that up a little bit because we're making her a bit lanky. There we go. That looks good. And then just her little feet. There's no way that's that easy. I feel like I'm missing a very crucial detail, but I'm sure we'll find out later when I post these all, and I've missed something incredibly crucial and important to the character. We'll give her like a little pencil, and she's trying to sign a leaf, like a thing for letting her. She's trying to get signatures for Animal Crossing on Switch 2. I'm mostly not sure if they would do a new Animal Crossing just yet, because considering how New Horizons sold, I wonder if they would just do an extra Switch 2 update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and then just leave it as that for most of the Switch 2's life, and then maybe do a new one towards the end. I'm not really sure what they would really do differently with Animal Crossing, because I mean I'm one of those people that joined in with New Horizons, and I thought that game was a lot of fun. But I know to a lot of Animal Crossing fans it's missing a lot of the extra stuff. I have honestly been wanting to try out, go back to some of the older ones and try out New Leaf for a change. It might be nice to finally try out that game. Go back and play some of the classic Animal Crossings. See, a conversation has started up about Fire Emblem Free Hopes in the chat. I need to go back to that game as well. There are so many late Switch games in my backlog that I need to go back and finish. Like a lot of the ones from last year, especially like Echoes of Wisdom and Brothership. The Thousand Year Door remake is another one. I was really bad at finishing games towards the end of the year because I was just immensely burnt out and tired. But hey, that's also something we can hopefully rectify in the future. It's like that. Yeah, free pass for both games as well. It was just the thought of playing through, like a strategy RPG a couple times is fine, but the thought of playing a warrior style game 3 times where not much is really changing aside from the story, it kind of just I got burnt out really quickly, and that was one of the reasons I never really finished Free Hopes. I guess there's 4 in houses because there's Crimson Flower and the White Snow one, I think it's called. Never played a Warriors game before. I would highly recommend trying out Hyrule Warriors, because I think that has a definitive edition on Switch that has all the content of the previous versions. And Hyrule Warriors is a really good game. I recommend that one a lot. I've said before, I think one of the next Nintendo franchise I'd love to see get a Warrior style spin-off game is Kirby. I think that would make for such a fun gameplay change. It has Hyrule Warriors has a really good Link design as well. The blue scarf adding just that nice little extra contrast to it. Yes, I'm glad I'm not alone in the thought of a Warriors style Kirby game would be really fun, because Kirby's no slouch to being a bit of a beat 'em up at times. Plus, also, it's imagining you have one copy ability and then you get rid of it, suck up another guy on the battlefield, and then you start using their copy ability. So you're changing your copy abilities all the time, and so you basically have like an entire army's worth of characters in one character. I think that would just be a really fun change to the gameplay that would add a lot to the replay value and such. But yeah, there we go. There is Isabelle done. I think that one's turned out fairly alright. Though I can't shake the feeling I've missed something incredibly crucial to the character design, and that is going to bite me in the butt a little bit later. But I think we're doing alright so far. You know, we might as well fill out this page, so I'm going to give us two more. I'm going to go two more characters tonight. Just going to take a quick sip of water. Uno más. Okay. I'm hydrated. Let us turn once more to the wheel. Cute, thank you. I think because we've only got two more of this, it's not worth really adding an extra character to things. Plus, it might give some of the more niche ones a bit more of a chance to get picked. So, without further ado, it is time to spin that wheel. Let's see what we have next. Oh, that's actually not too bad. We got Riju from The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. That one shouldn't be too hard. Actually, that might be a hard one for me. I'm gonna go over Tears of the Kingdom design, I think, because that one has like the short hair. I think I've said this before in like an earlier stream. I'm not sure if we'll be getting anything Zelda from the Switch 2 Direct. Unless they like tease the next one, there'll probably be like a teaser for it. She's got like... This is gonna be hard. She's got like lots of jewelry and such on her. And then her Tears of the Kingdom thinks she's got like short hair, which is really cute. Really cute short hair. I may just make this like a up to the body sort of thing. Or is it like more like a tiara? I'm not really sure. Is it jewelry or is it tiara? She's obviously, the Garudas are very like built in. Well, she's kind of a small character. Yeah, but the Garudas have like this sort of design to them. This is gonna look awful. Oh, I'm not confident in this one, folks. I'm very not confident. She has like, she snaps and she does like her thunder ability. So we'll incorporate that a little bit. She's got like a scimitar sort of sword. Oh, wrong thing to stretch out. It's got like jewels and such on it, I think. This looks awful. We were having such a good run of ones I was like really confident in, and then Riju comes along. I expected the Zelda ones to give me a bit of a hard time, so that's no surprise really. She's got like the I'm assuming she's got like some sort of like. She looks more like the way I'm drawing him. It looks more like Shantae than anything. But I'm just gonna go with that because I don't really have the confidence to try and dig myself out of this grave I put myself in. Yeah, we've been getting like a lot of animal characters. So like, of course, the first time I see a human, it's like, ah, crap. How is it more like this? I think. I know she's got like face makeup and such, a little bit under the eyes. This will just have to do, I think. And the Riju have Gerudo and Breath of the Wild have like fairly like, big noses, I think. Okay. Mm-hmm. All I really remember about Riju, she's voiced by I think it's Elizabeth Maxwell, so she's got that going for her at least. Is it her or is it just a bozo that's Elizabeth Maxwell? The point is Elizabeth Maxwell's someone in that game, and she's one of my favorite voice actresses. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Might be the head might. I think that's why it looks awkward. The head's a bit too big for the rest of the body. That might be why everything looks a little bit awkward. Awkward. This is really making me want to replay Tears of the Kingdom at some point. Just so I can do her justice eventually in the future. I'll have to send a formal apology to the friend that suggested Riju, because this is not my best work. Or are you trying to shiny hunt a Reshiram? Hope that's going well, Snow. Best of luck to you. Some like lightning effects to sword and such. Didn't play last night, was reading manga files. Like, that happens a lot. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna call it there so I'm not further embarrassing myself with Riju over here. I think that's... Let's hope that's the worst one for tonight. Honestly, it would have taken Ridley, because at least Ridley's more of a like a creature design. I sort of have an idea of how to draw Ridley, it's just a matter of actually drawing Ridley. That's like probably I honestly think that's our only bad one, so I can't really say this has been a bad stream. But alright. Let's move on from that. Yeah. Creature design is also just a lot easier to memorize because they have more distinct shapes to try and remember from. So I guess that's probably why I've found that to be the hardest one so far. So for our last one tonight, it is time to spin that wheel. Who have we got as our send-off? Come on, one more, please. Oh, yeah! As our send-off, we've got Callie from Splatoon. Hello, Spectrion. You've just joined us for what is going to be our final one tonight, because we've already drawn 5. We've already drawn 5 so far, so we're sending it off tonight with Callie from Splatoon. I was really hoping we'd end on Splatoon, at least one Splatoon one. And I'm glad it was my favourite one, so, alright. Hopefully, I can do my fave girl justice. I gotta draw in the stay fresh pose if I can. DDD that looks like Club Penguin. That's intentional, because of course it was. I'm trying to remember. I think that's what the... This is just reminding me how long it's been since I last played Splatoon 1, of all things. I wish it was easy to go back to Splatoon 1, but my Wii U's gamepad currently doesn't work, so I wouldn't be able to play it even if I wanted to, which has been a shame. I feel we're probably a ways away from a new Splatoon anytime soon, as sad as that is to me, because Splatoon is probably my favorite. I think Splatoon is definitely my most recent favorite Nintendo series. I just really like the vibes of the overall game. It clicks to me in a way that not many games do. See, this is all going easy from the start. Then I have to remember what our hair looks like. With like that weird extra tooth. Yeah. And then she's got like the... Splatoon's another one I feel is like, well, I'm not sure if it's just going to get like an update on Switch 2 or if it's going to be a new game, at least for like starting year, since Splatoon 3 and 2 is still very much backwards compatible. So I imagine it'll be a while before we see anything of like a Splatoon 4. Plus, I don't really know where you would even go for it in a gameplay sense from here. Since I think Splatoon 3 kind of perfected everything. Like, we've got the dodge rolls and such now, and the ability to scale walls a lot quicker. So I just imagine, I don't really know what they'd even do with it from a gameplay stance at this point. I want a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on Switch too. Same. I love Mystery Dungeon. so much. That's definitely another future stream game at some point, because those games are amazing. I think she has gloves. I know we just had the presents that like basically deconfirmed anything for right now, but there's always the chance of soon. You never know. Yeah, there's always the chance of a Splatoon spin-off. Kind of wonder what they'd even do for it. You could, I guess, you could just do a game that's purely a single player, like the single player mode. I've often stand like the perfect Splatoon spin-off would be a rhythm game. Just like you make like you're like your two little lone squid sonas, and then you rise up the ranks in the charts, and then I guess, or they could create two characters, and it'd be like a rhythm game where you're like going across their arc, learning how they became musicians and everything, and seeing them come to the tops of the pops, and like at the very end of the game, they get confirmed to be the mascots for Splatoon 4. I think that would be a really fun spin-off idea to do. And then you have some like fun conversations and chit chats with the Squid Sisters and Deep Cut and such. It would make for a really fun spin-off, I think. Build your own idol group, exactly, exactly. I think that would be a really fun spin-off. And it's like the perfect kind of one you could really do for Splatoon, because Splatoon is all about its like style and music. Like customizing and making your own idol group sort of thing will be a perfect sort of blending of Splatoon's nature to something like a rhythm game. Handheld. That's a really cool. Like, it's running along about trying to make a collab fan game concept, a handheld game we called the Splatooning game. That sounds awesome. Honestly, I'd like to. If we're going to spin-offs, I'd love to see them just do like a full-on campaign of Splatoon that's just like the single-player game, or the very least like how the single player was in Splatoon 1. Because if I'm being perfectly honest, I think the Splatoon campaigns have gotten worse ever since the first one. Like, I'm not massive on the Splatoon 2s because of the it forcing you to use different weapons, especially with weapons you're not as used to, which I guess makes sense as like a tutorial stage. From like a, it's meant to be a tutorial to learn all the weapons, but I just preferred like having the blaster and going about my business. And then if I wanted to, there were challenge missions with the amiibo that I could do the with the other weapons and such. I preferred it as like an optional challenge rather than the actual meat and potatoes sort of thing, if that makes sense. At first, I didn't like Octo expansion. Yeah, having the option to choose gives me Kid Icarus Fights. Yeah, exactly. And I guess in a sense, like once you've unlocked them, you have the ability to just replay the stages with the weapon, and I prefer that honestly over all of them, because then that gives you that choice of like you can use this weapon to make the level easier or this weapon to make the level harder and such. In some cases, I prefer that kind of overall design for a Splatoon single player. I think the only one that's kind of come close to my love for Splatoon 1 single player has been Side Order. I really liked Side Order. I'm not massive on Octo expansion, even though I know that's the more popular one, because I don't like the I didn't like a lot of the challenges on it, and the fact that Splatoon 3 kind of did that again made me less happy about finishing it. It took me a while to even finish Splatoon 3's campaign because of that. Because I just didn't like the way Splatoon 3 or Octo Expansion handled its missions. I just preferred having that like half third person shooter, half 3D platformer deal that the original had, and nothing really replicated it since. I guess 2 did, but also I didn't. But like I said, I wasn't massive on the way 2 made you force you to use certain weapons for levels. and you had to unlock the ability to choose whether you wanted to use them or not. Yeah, I just hope we see some cool stuff on the Switch 2 thing. It's a shame I'm going to be working for it because I'd love to also be live reacting to it with everyone in a Discord. I don't know if I'd have the courage to like stream it or anything in case we get something big like, I don't know, we get Kid Icarus on Switch 2, something like that. Yeah, it is the point to familiarize yourself with other like gameplay styles with the different weapons. I just prefer it to be a choice rather than forced on me, if that makes any sense. I feel the one thing we're all basically guaranteed to see at Switch 2 Direct is 3D Mario, because with the 40th anniversary and Mario kind of being like their biggest IPs, absolutely definitely gonna see what's next from Mario. And I hope it's something akin to Bowser's Fury, because Bowser's Fury showed like a really fun way for you to do like classic Mario power ups with the more open level design of 3D. And it'll be interesting to see if they expand onwards from that. Like you have the base, like more Mario, more regular Mario centric power ups, and you can keep a stash of them, and you have to figure out which ones make it easier and which ones make it harder to do certain platforming challenges. I would just like to see them just expand on Bowser's Fury for the next 3D Mario, and it'll be interesting to see what comes of it on Wednesday. Yeah. Miss Kelly is about Dunsies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think her hair is more like. I think I've missed on her hair already. I know I've absolutely already done her hair wrong, but that's fine. Again, this is meant to be from memory, not a perfectionist list. Alright. Alright, so that's our 6. We've done 6 to hopefully will some new games into into things for the Switch 2 Direct. So we've got a hope in for Prince of Sable, King Dedede, Riju. We don't talk about the Riju. Dixie Kong, Isabelle, and of course, me lovely Callie. I think she's also got, actually missed something. She's got like 2 longer bits. We do be hoping for Kirby and Donkey Kong and Splatoon. I really hope so. Those are my, especially with like them confirming that Splatoon is like one of their big 5 franchises. I think the chances of seeing potentially something Splatoon, even if it's not 4, are fairly high. A third Sin and Punishment would be great. Yeah, there's so many franchises that we would love to see happen, especially since we know that they are thinking about their older franchises, thanks to Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven getting new games at the Switch Direct last week. So it'll be interesting to see what comes next from the old Nintendo. But I reckon that is going to be it. I don't really plan to do another sheet because we've already been at this for an hour and I've already drawn 6 characters. I can't really do the whole dang list. Plus, I want to go and play some Monster Hunter. So, I've posted the schedule for next week's streams. There won't be a stream on Wednesday because I'm going to be working and then also having to watch the Switch 2 Direct in my own time. That clipping when DD looks amazing. Thank you very much. I'm really happy with it. But we will be turning to streams on next Friday with the continuation of Ocarina of Time. And then on Sunday, I am starting a new game for streaming in Pac-Man World. Well, the repacked version of it anyway. But as always, it's been lovely to have your company, even if it was just for like an hour. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, Have the lovely respective rest of your time zone. Bye, everyone. Bye.